Hey guys, it's J19 brought to you another video, and today we're going to be discussing my reaction, but more like my explanation, my interpretation of the ending. I think I didn't really say. I know I said some people. I said I cracked the code, right? We all say that. Every single YouTuber that does one of these videos, they're gonna say I cracked the code. I know the ending, right? This is just a typical video of that. So if you guys are into that kind of stuff, feel free to like, subscribe if you're new. If you guys want more videos on FF7 FF7 Rebirth and Part 3, feel free to stick around and subscribe if you're new. I will be back making videos again. And I figure, you know what? I have time to let things settle for a while. I watched the ending at least one more time, so I got a better understanding of what the heck's going on. And I'll give my final feeling on this game at the end. I know I did a review video a while back, and a lot of you guys agree with me that it was a 7.5 out of 10. But to be honest with you, that's because I was like pissed off. I was not happy about like the game mechanics at the end. It was my fault, skill issue. I had a lot of people just say, "Hey, dude, how can you review a game you didn't finish it?" Guilty, right? I'm guilty. This is my what the heck's going on with the ending. I got my transcript ready to roll. I'm gonna pull that up, and we're gonna talk about it. So give me a moment to do all that. But yeah, feel free to like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification if you guys want more FF7 material content. Feel free to do that. Appreciate you guys a ton. And with that said, let's get right into it. Now, let's set up, right? We all know that if you played FF7 Rebirth, spoilers from here on out, I am not going to shy away from it. So, if you guys play the game, Cloud is mentally broken more, right? He is hallucinating, Sephiroth's getting inside his head. He's even thinking that, Tifa's not real. Tifa's like false. She died. She's even questioning Cloud. Cloud is even losing himself. Like he attacks Tifa. He even like cussed down Aerith because she's like going on with her speech at chapter 13, and like he's like, "You done? Like, can we move on? I got to get the black materia." Like he's acting like an a-hole, right? Because he's under the impression, but he's manipulated by Sephiroth, right? He's being. That's what I like about Cloud, right? Cloud is. He gets mentally broken, right? Sephiroth does take control of him, and it gets to the point where Cloud is like, I'm at the point too where I see Cloud freaking out. I'm like, holy crap, like, what the heck's going on here? But I realize they're expanding Cloud's story arc, and it is amazing. It is amazing how they handle it. They want you to make you feel like Cloud's an asshole, right? Cloud is an asshole. Like he ends up being a character they end up almost hating at the end because like what the heck happened? But then you realize, holy shit, what's going on with Cloud is they're leading up to part 3 where the big Cloud juicy story arc unfolds, and we get the real Cloud. We get the real might as say it's the real trial of Cloud, right? Everybody goes through a trial in chapter 13 except for Kasith and then Cloud. Cloud is the only one that doesn't go through any type of trial, even though he kind of does with Sephiroth, but it's Sephiroth manipulating him, making him feel worse, right? Making him feel less human. Because he wants Cloud to do his bidding, to get the black materia, to give it to him. All that stuff, not good stuff. But anyways, you guys came here for chapter 14 where everybody's nugget blue, right? It's like, what the heck's going on? Now we're finally getting something about Zack. We're getting something about Cloud and Aerith's, fate and all that. And to be honest with you, at first I was like, what are they doing? They are ruining one of the most iconic scenes in FF7 history. And I wasn't happy about it. I was like sitting there going, I should be emotional, but the impact wasn't there. That's why I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, because the rest of the game is phenomenal, right? It's a masterpiece. But I should just let my emotions settle, figured out the ending, then come back with a review. And this is what my explanation of the ending is going to be. So we'll start with Zack, right? What I believe is happening at the end of the game, all the scenes with Zack that made us go, what the fuck? They are showing us different timelines of what could happen as Zack decided to save Cloud instead of going after Biggs, etc. Every time he does, Zack faces troopers from Crisis Core, which was wild. This time, he realizes that screw this, I'll make up my own mind and screw Destiny. At the end, Zack wants to be reunited with Cloud and Aerith, which leads off for part 3. So the whole Zack part, with him fighting with Cloud and like merging the worlds, and like Sephiroth says, you were, you were once reunited, now you shall be separated, right? He separates their world again, so they're separated. And Zack wants to meet Cloud again, and he tells Cloud, he's like, save her, save Aerith, right? Also note that this different stamp breeze is another indication of new timelines, how things are a bit different, which means there are a lot of them, and Sephiroth wants to be a ruler of them at the reunion at hand. So the reunion now, to me, is all about all the different worlds, all the different like timelines that we see of like Zack a little bit, and like even like Cloud and Aerith are in like a timeline that she came up in her head. Yeah, this is like everybody's getting like multiverse here. I get that, right? It's multiple timelines, but we're not going to be reliving every single timeline, right? That's just giving us an idea that yes, there are multiple worlds, there's multiple consequences, not consequences, but actions, decisions that characters can make. It can change things, right? Because if Zack didn't go after Biggs and went after Cloud and after Hojo to figure out how to save Cloud, Cloud would be saved, right? And then Biggs wouldn't get shot. But since Biggs went after that one timeline, but the other different breed, which is a pug, he went after Biggs instead, and Biggs couldn't like blow up the reactor and stuff. It's like an itty bitty thing, thing he rigged up. And it didn't do much, right? And he's like, I'm a failure, yada, yada, yada. And, like, Zack tries to, snap him out of it and stuff like that. And they kind of have, like, a moment, and then, bam, Biggs gets shot, killed, cold blood. He gets shot and killed by the troopers that come storming through there. And Zack's like, wow, they have a funny way of, because he knows deep down that he should be dead. And so that's what's showing us like different breeds, different indications, like what happens if Zack goes after Biggs? What happens if he goes after, to save Cloud and Aerith, right? To try to wake up Cloud from his Mako poison, right? So Sephiroth wants to be a ruler of all of them. He wants to be like the ruler of the planet because if he does that, he's got all the power in the world and he's unstoppable, right? So that's his goal, is to have the reunion, which we all thought, well, it's just it's all the cloaks going up the northern crater, just meet up with Sephiroth, which is still going to be part of part 3, but it's a bigger implication of that, right? It's a bigger, what do you call that? Cost? Not cost, but like a bigger, what's that word? You guys know what I mean, right? It's a bigger, whoa, like this is bigger, not consequences, but you guys know what I mean. Anyways, that's what's going on. Now the biggest elephant in the room, Aerith appearing and Cloud in the party, on what the hell we all just saw, right? Cloud has basically lost it, like I said it earlier in the video. He sees Aerith alive, and why he is smiling while the party, who isn't broken mentally, knows inside knows that Aerith is dead. Cloud and Aerith speaking in the wild ending scene of the CGI in Grassley area. That is Aerith basically seeing Cloud off in the party and giving Cloud encouragement, while Cloud is worried about Aerith making her way back. Between her saying goodbye and the ending sentence saying no promise at the end of some sort means that the promise they made to each other won't be carried out. We can come to a conclusion that Aerith is dead. Cloud is imagining her alive in his head because Cloud is all screwed up. His plan is to chase after real Sephiroth, who is asleep at Northern Crater, which the party is taking off in a tiny Bronco. Cloud has the real black materia still and infused it with his busted sword, which I was like, whoa, that's pretty sick. Like, what the hell is going on with that, right? But yeah, Cloud is like, you can tell that he's mentally broken to the point that he tells everybody, "Hey, I'm fine. Let's just get going." But he is on his way to deliver the black material to Sephiroth. That's what Sephiroth wants. He's under his control right now. And Cloud is a broken mess, guys. So that's what's going on. Um. So we will see Cloud really break down in part 3 like OG FF7, and that's where we all are at. We are all at. The FF7 story is still gonna be going on the right track with the OG FF7 with this trilogy. The only thing that's different is Zack is still alive yet, heading into part 3. Now we can all speculate on his role will be in part 3, and to be honest, it was super wild with the new stuff happening. Also note, Cloud is so broken that he sees a rift in the sky and the party does not. The whispers are many. Sephiroth kind, the planet's kind, which are at war with each other. Weapons are trying to defend the planet, as we can see while they swim away in that scene. The weapons will play a major role, which, an update event in that, everybody said, what the hell are these weapons? Like, they don't look anything like as big as the giant weapons. They look way different. Hamaguchi actually came out in an interview and said, hey, look, in the Ultimania book that just came out. He basically said that those are just babies. Those are just infants. Those are just like, they're just born, right? They're not full size. So if you guys are worried about that, don't worry. The weapons we're going to see in part 3 are going to be massive kaiju type of fights. So that's going to be sick. That's going to be epic as crap. I can't wait for that. So that's what we got right there for that. Also, Sephiroth is behind the whole setup of the war between Wutai and Shinra because Glenn is actually Sephiroth's clone. But you can see Sephiroth is trying to set things up to get people at war with each other, while Sephiroth wants to complete his ultimate goal of being one with the planet and controller of worlds. Part 3 is going to be nutty, and I cannot wait. So that is my interpretation of everything that's going on. There's other things I can point out, but it's just like the whole game itself. From the beginning was like Zack. I know a lot of people are kind of worried, wondering, why didn't not give us a whole lot more information? Because they still want to keep us surprised. They want to keep us focused on part 3 stuff. If they just lay it out there and say, oh yeah, Zack's in multiple morals and there's multiple decisions that characters can make, this is what's going to happen. If they just lay it out for us, then we'd be like, oh yeah, we know what's going to happen in part 3, right? We don't have to speculate or talk about it. We just sit here and play other games and not speculate. They want us to speculate. They want us to theorize. They want us to talk about the ending like I am now. To me, what does this all boil down to? Aerith is dead. Zack is still alive. But Hamaguchi and the developers have said that the trilogy of FF7 Remake project will link back up with Advent Children. What does that mean, folks? Spoilers for part 3 potentially. Zack is going to die. He is not going to live at the end of part 3. If he survives somehow and he's reunited with Cloud and the party, then Advent Children is no longer there, right? Because in Advent Children, Zack and Aerith are in the live stream. Aerith is dead. Brianna White, the voice actor, left a very heartfelt thank you to the dev teams and the voice actors about her time there. And she is at the point where it's basically saying, hey, thank you for the ride, thank you guys for all the memories. It's like a goodbye note, right? It's a goodbye post. I was reading that, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, so that means she dies. Yeah, Aerith is dead. In Cloud's mind, she's still alive. So with that said, I'm all on board with FF7 Remake Part 3, right? Seeing how everything's transpiring, seeing how everything's working out as itself. The only thing we don't really know is Zack's role. We don't understand our stuff like that. We don't understand how the weapons battle's gonna be, how's Cloud's story arc gonna unfold, how perfect it's gonna be and stuff like that. We don't know, right? We don't know yet. So that's where we're at right now. As far as me in this game, after like I said, after just sitting here and just like thinking about it for a few weeks, I'm mind blown, right? This game is such a magical journey. It has ripped my heart out as far as emotionally, like being sad, being happy, laughing, being just awestruck by how perfect this game felt like. And just like, even though I have some skill issues with some mini games and like there's some, some things that Part 3 can fix that Rebirth has, like some of the climbing issues this game has, like it's kind of janky at times, but it's not bad, right? It's not going to bring the score down. It's probably a handful of mini games are not really for me. I don't really care for them. I'm definitely doing a second playthrough. I plan on doing every single mini game. I did a few of them in my first playthrough. I said, you know what, I had my fill. Now I'm going back and try to complete everything, and really get my hands on the whole game as a whole, right? Because I got so stuck in the story. I was like, I want story, 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 story. Even though I 100% most regions. Um, yeah, this game, the characters, the story, the music, the regions you visit, the story moments with the characters and side content, like the side quest is amazing, right? Um, this has been a magical game. This is probably one of my favorite games of all time now. I just I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop playing it. I play every day, seems like, for a little bit. If I take a day off, it's because I need to rest for a little bit. But this game is always on my mind. And this is like one of the greatest games of all time, and I cannot wait for part 3. I cannot wait, guys. So you're probably wondering, what is your score now? What is your true score, your true feeling on this game? Because I tell you what, I had very high expectations for Remake, and this game has surpassed them time and time again. Even the ending, when it blew my mind to the point, it's like, oh, what are they doing? They ruined it. I didn't like the boss mechanics at the end. But after taking some time off and just thinking about it and really figuring out this ending, which I think, in my interpretation, my gut feeling, this is how it's happened. And I'm on board for it, right? I'm on board for it, and I can't wait for part 3. And every little tidbit of information we get from part 3, from the interviews, from the Ultimania, has me even more intrigued, has me even more perked, peaked. My interest is so peaked that they are actually being super, like, not like nostalgia, but like being really faithful, like they talked about how everybody wants to see the rest of the summons. Like everybody wants to see the Knights of the Round, how they're gonna handle that, how they're gonna start part 3 off. Cloud stuff, the weapons, traversal. They even talk about how we're gonna have underwater ocean traversal with the submarine stuff. The main thing is trying to make everything work. That's the biggest obstacle now, is getting all these pieces to work in the world they have built. And they gotta build even more stuff on it, because we haven't been to Wutai yet. We haven't been to Rocket Town. We haven't been to Bone Village. We haven't been to Fort Condor yet, right? That island. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we have not been to. Even we've been to the Northern Continent barely, but we haven't been to the snowy area, right? We haven't been to Icicle Inn, the Northern Crater, the Whirlwind Maze. We haven't been through all that yet. This is going to be a wild finish of this journey for the last, what? It's going to end up being like 12, 13 years since the review of Final Fantasy VII Remake back in 2015. Like, yeah. This is going to be one of those rides, guys. And thank you guys for joining me on this incredible adventure so far. I'm sorry I didn't do like a full playthrough. I've been so busy, and I didn't get my first impressions, like full playthrough on my channel. And I wish I could, but things happen. And I just decided to just do like first impressions, and of course my official review, which is right now, not one that's like I didn't understand anything, right? That was not the right thing to do. So now you guys want the regular score. Critically, I have to give this game a 9.5 out of 10, right? That's perfect. That's fine. Is it a perfect game? No. It's got some little bit of jank to it. It's got a little bit of lighting issues. It's got some stuff that they can work the kinks out a little bit, make it better for part 3. But personally, this is a 10 out of 10 game. This is the greatest game of all time. I cannot stop thinking about it. I don't even know if I want to go back and play Remake, because Rebirth has done so many things significantly better than Remake. I cannot stop thinking about this game. This game is on my mind. You guys see my posts, I talk about a lot, right? I know you guys are worried about sales and stuff for that, but I think the sales are fine. They know that the PlayStation 5 only have like 50 million units. I mean, that's quite a bit, but not everybody's into JRPGs, right? So they're letting their sales like come to them. They're not worrying about, oh, we need sales numbers within the first week or first month. That's not happening for Square. We might not even see any sales information on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for months, right? So those of you guys saying, hey, there's reports saying, hey, they only sold 2 million. Yeah, 2 million within the first month is not bad for a game like this, right? They're not a Sony game. They're not Elden Ring. They're not Pokemon or Nintendo, right? They're not going to sell tens of millions within the first month. That's just impossible. You guys, those of you that think that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth should be selling like 25 million plus copies all the time, that's not going to happen. So, with that said, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. It's a 10 out of 10. This game is phenomenal. It is a work of art. They busted their butts making this game for us, and I cannot wait to see what the grand finale of this, what part 3 is gonna be called. How's it gonna end? How's it gonna start? How's it gonna unfold throughout the whole journey? And get that grand finale, like the ending of this, and look back and go, what a journey, right? Because this game here felt like a swan song for Creative Business Unit 1. So shout out to you guys, shout out to Square Enix for this awesome game. So yeah, the explanation of the ending, you guys know me. We are on the right path with FF7. They're still chasing out Sephiroth. They're still going to Northern Crater. Cloud's got the Black Materia. Aerith is dead. The only thing we got now is Zack's still alive. What does that mean? The rift in the sky, like his world, what does that mean for the ending? He's sitting in the church. So what's going to happen then, right? That's what we're looking forward to. That's the other mystery. But other than that, FS7 is continuing as it should, and I know that now, and I understand that there's just really expanding Cloud's like mental breakdown, especially being in the hands of Sephiroth. Like, that's why he's hallucinating. That's why he thinks Aerith is still alive, because he's not mentally there. He is so broken that we all can see it now, as long as we sit back and just look at it again. Cloud is a broken mess, and I can't wait for his story arc. That is going to be the greatest thing in part 3. When we get through that part, everybody's reaction is going to be like, oh my, what I just witnessed. This is like the greatest character moment in the history of video game. That's what they want to hit on Cloud. That's why Cloud seems like he's an asshole, right, for now. Anyways, going on a tangent now. Cloud is my favorite character of all time. The story arc for him is amazing. The way they expanded it. Again, critically, 9.5 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for me personally. I can't stop playing this game. I'm going to go back through it again for my second playthrough. I'm on almost chapter 3. I just 100% the grasslands all over it again. It took me 14 and a half hours, and I can't get enough of this game. So anyways, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this game after sitting on it for, almost 2 months now. What do you guys think of this? Are you guys changed your tune about it? Are you guys as hype as I am for part 3? What is your explanation of the ending? I would love to see what you guys have to say. We can talk about it in the comment section below. With that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Keep on keeping on. It's been a blast playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, talking about it. More videos on part 3's information as we get it. And I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. And with that said, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.